Yesterday, we accidentally discovered one of the most interesting places we visited during our travels in China. We were driving along a very beautiful road when we suddenly saw a parking lot filled with lots of tents and campers. And since it's always been our dream to travel in one of those, we decided to stop and interview some people and ask them about their experience traveling around this country. But what they told us amazed us. Many of them have been living for months in an abandoned parking lot in the mountains for health reasons. And what do I mean by that? Well, it turns out we're in a town called Bama, which is world famous for its long-lived people and because it has 7 times more centenarians than the rest of the country. And that's why today we're going to spend half the day trying to find out. Why do people here live so long? And why does this place attract visitors from across China and the world seeking the secret of longevity? We were just starting our exploration when suddenly we met a man who was so grateful for this place that he decided to stop us to share his story. He explained leaving his life in Beijing for health reasons. He said if we walked through the village, we'd find many testimonies from people who, like him, found a lasting solution in Bama. He told us that while he was there, some of his friends had been cured of heart disease, diabetes, and even illnesses as serious as terminal cancer. But the strangest thing of all was that he told us the magic of that place was disappearing. If we truly wanted to understand, we would need to speak with one of the village's Centenarian elders. And what better place to start our search than the longevity market? Supposedly, it got that name because many of the vendors are over 90 years old. But when we arrived, there weren't any. Maybe the problem was that we got there a little late. So we decided to ask around where we could find someone who was over 100 years old. And fortunately, everyone seemed to know. Excuse me, ma'am, are there any people over 100 in this village?
Straight ahead, about 500 meters.
I'm looking for the village's Centenarians.
Go ahead.
Ahead? Okay, thank you.
At 500 meters.
Thank you. From what I understand, in this village there are 30 Centenarians for every 100,000 inhabitants out of the total 200,000, so there should be about 60. How interesting that here there's another place where apparently you could meet a lady who is or was 104 years old. She was born in 1920, so we're talking about someone who would be 105 years old today. The place is already empty and I don't know if it was hers.
Her name was Wang Mafon.
When we asked about the elders over 100 years old, they told us there was only one on this street, so I think the answer is obvious. She probably already passed away. Curiously, we're in China's longest-lived village. It was extremely difficult for us to find a centenarian, but just when we thought we wouldn't find anyone, we met Uncle Lukas. Good afternoon, sir. We came to visit you. It's a pleasure. I heard you're already 104 years old. Is that true?
It's already 105 years?
Wow, 105 years already. What work did you do when you were young?
I was a bodyguard for important people.
Wow.
It was a government job.
How long have you had your beard? You haven't cut it in 50 years?
50 years? Exactly. In the past, there was nothing to eat. There were only some wild vegetables. Now we eat better, and living conditions have improved a lot. Now we enjoy good health.
And is your wife still alive?
Of course, she's 96 years old.
Wow.
How many grandkids do they have?
Well, now we are 5 generations.
5? Wow, 5 generations, that's crazy. It's hard to describe how I feel right now. It's like those times when you're in front of a spectacular landscape. And I think that's the only way I can describe it, because that's what it is. It's amazing the fact that a person has been able to live through such an impressive transformation that only China has experienced in the last 50, 70 years. Thinking about all the worlds he must have lived through gives me goosebumps. And I'm just left with a huge desire to be able to talk with him and have him tell me his stories, to tell me what he used to do when he was a child. And about his teenage years, especially in a rapidly changing China.
I was also thinking about the grandson or the great-grandson or the great-great-grandson who is here working with him. It reminded me of the relationship that my grandmother and I might have. My grandmother is still alive. She's 93 years old and her husband is 94. And I think it's amazing that we're still like this, treasuring every year that we can enjoy with her. This gentleman is 10 years older than her and my grandmother.
He's in perfect shape.
He's in perfect shape.
And smoking, huh?
Yeah?
But the most impressive thing of all is that, like him, there are many other elderly people who have surpassed 100 years of age. And when we asked him why, I was quite surprised because he told me about a cave known as the Cave of 1,000 Demons. And he told me that to understand the secret of Bama, we would have to visit it. We're already back in the cave known as Baimo Cave. We visited yesterday and found it interesting because many people were fighting over medicinal roots someone brought from the hill. And it seems that when they find something here that's good for your health, everyone shares it and sells it right here in this market on the edge of Baimo Cave. Yesterday we arrived late and chatted with people outside. It was very interesting. Some come to give massages or other therapies. Many are traditional Chinese doctors who all live here. And one way they support their lifestyle is by selling their remedies and offering their services. So they spend the day outside the cave, which is actually good for them or good for their health, and that way they can sustain themselves here and stay for many months. That's what's needed for this place to have an impact on your health. Yes, it's very interesting that many of the people who come here arrive in wheelchairs with oxygen tanks. As our friend told us, there are many people who even come here with cancer and who have been cured by being here. We already have our ticket, which cost us 85 yuan per person, but for people over 60 years old, it's free. You can also join the cave as a member. For example, if you're going to stay for 30 days, the unlimited ticket costs you 1,000 yuan, and if you're going to stay for 15 days, it costs you 500 yuan. How interesting, because you would think that people come here to meditate in silence to absorb the energy, but the guides seem to have some loudspeakers that are very loud.
Wow, how cool.
Welcome to the Cave of the 100 Demons, or based on interpretation, the Cave of Magic. Both pronunciations are nearly identical. This place has been famous among the locals for many years, but it wasn't until the 1980s that Chinese researchers decided to come and take a look. Why do the local people live so long? Inside, it's said that there are many people of all ages and from all over the country who come to meditate, practice Qigong, Tai Chi, or simply to breathe in the atmosphere and recharge their energy. We'll interview them about why they came, how they found this place, and their experiences here. Hello, does drinking this water have benefits?
Greetings. Does this water have health benefits?
Yes.
Can it be drunk directly?
Yes, there's no problem.
They say you should drink the water, that it's very healthy water, but they didn't tell us why.
I think they said it comes from underground or something like that, right?
Yeah, they said it's very clean. It's water that filters through the rocks and it's very clean. But the locals also believe that it's one of the main reasons why people live so long here, although we still don't really know why. Entering the cave for the first time is quite a surprising experience, but not for the reasons you might imagine. Notice how curious it is that at the entrance of the cave, the first thing we find is a liquor store. These are bottles of Chinese baijiu, which is the typical alcohol of this country and is consumed a lot for business purposes. Interestingly, we've noticed many people who come here for health reasons smoking and drinking Coca-Cola. They still insist that being here brings great benefits, claiming it offsets the poison they take in.
It's like yesterday when the traditional Chinese medicine doctor was giving me a massage on my arm while he was smoking.
How curious, the official sponsor of this health cave is Maotai, which is the most famous alcohol brand in all of China. It's supposed to be what the country's rulers drink. It's also very expensive, and there's an alcohol museum in the longevity cave, which is really impressive. I wonder if there's an explanation for that.
Maybe it's medicinal alcohol.
Or maybe alcohol is better for your health than we thought. Look, here we have the best. I don't know if it's Confucius or who it is, but he's really crooked.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Whether it's Confucius or not, whoever it is, they're having a good party.
Imagine someone coming here to treat their cirrhosis, only to find the Cave of Health features an alcohol museum.
That would be very ironic.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Look, just look at the number of people who come here to spend the day.
It's basically like cavemen.
Many spend the day here meditating, doing Tai Chi, practicing Qigong, or socializing to recharge their energy. I wonder if there are people who actually go up there to places where there aren't any tourists and so on. It must be complicated, but maybe they want that peace and solitude, right? To recover.
Well, there are some stairs over there.
Yeah, that's why I say it.
Yes, it's possible.
I also imagine that there are people who go further, but many of the people who come looking for that solution or that well-being don't have the energy to go up.
It's crazy that all of this is inside a cave.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They have restaurants, tables, areas to eat. It's well developed as a tourist area. Inside this cave, there are breathing areas instead of smoking areas. These characters say breathing area. And I imagine it's so you can absorb nature, the herbs, the cave, I don't know. So if you want to breathe, you come here and inhale. Inside the cave, there's a temple where you can make a donation.
How crazy. This cave is literally like another world. The way the birds sing inside the cave and how it echoes throughout the whole cave. It's a trip, and I can't express how small I feel right now because of how huge this is.
How funny, right? He's recording his TikTok. Funny, very funny.
Are you recording?
Yes, just for fun.
We're recording too. I'm starting to think that a big part of the benefits come from the community, from being here, making friends, exercising, and the atmosphere. But we still don't have a definitive answer. I'll buy one, ma'am. Do you use WeChat?
Yes, I have it.
Well, I'll pay you with WeChat.
You must be from out of town. I want to invite you to eat at my house.
No.
I want to invite you to eat at my house.
Don't worry, missus.
Come eat at my house, both of you.
We're a bit rushed today, ma'am.
Come eat at my house. It's up there. I invite you to eat.
Oh, we don't understand you right now, but thank you very much for the snack. I have to pause here to confess that at this very moment we made a big mistake. And the thing is, the grandma was very insistent on taking us to eat at her house in the mountains, but it seemed a little suspicious to me, so we turned down the invitation. But then we entered the cave, met good Paco, and what he told us filled us with regret, and now you'll see why. I'm not sure what they sold us, but 8 yuan is likely just for the ride. I also don't know his age since he didn't speak Mandarin. I didn't really get what he said, but when he told us it was 8 yuan, I agreed. Look at what he climbs daily to sell his products, carrying them and working all day. That's honest work, and we're really glad to be able to help her in whatever way we can. Did you see how small she was? It was touching. She only reached my hip. She works here just like everyone outside. And at the same time, she benefits from being in the cave, which is healthy. Let's eat. Enjoy your meal. Is this Chinese food?
White rice. I also brought soup.
Did you bring your own lunch?
Yes, I brought it.
Are you planning to stay for a long time?
Just 3 months.
Are you going to spend 3 months in the cave or what?
I sleep in a hotel, but I come here every day. Daily entry for a month is just 500 yuan.
How many hours are you here daily?
Between 7 and 8 hours.
Why so long?
I take my nap here to receive the benefits of magnetism.
For what?
This cave is rich in yang energy, and its strong magnetism benefits circulation. Also for high blood pressure and diabetes.
Also for diabetes?
Of course.
My dad has diabetes.
You have to bring him to this place to experience the magnetism.
This treatment would be really good for him.
The water in this place is also very good. It's very clean and full of minerals. You can drink it directly without issues.
Wow. Why did you choose to come here?
I have heart problems, and I found this place on TikTok.
Have heart problems?
Yes, they put an intravascular prosthesis in me. I also have high blood pressure. I rarely use TikTok, but one day I found this place and decided to visit.
And did you feel anything when you arrived? Did you feel better?
Yes, a little better. As soon as I arrived, and by the 3rd day, I stopped taking my medication. I was feeling really good. When I go into the cave, I don't take any medicine. Outside the cave, I do.
Is it true that there are many centenarians here?
Yes, many locals are over 100 years old. Up in the mountains, there's a village of the Yao minority. There's a dirt road that leads there, but you can't get there. They can come down to sell things, but tourists can't go up to the village. Some people are 80, 90, even 105 or 110 years old, and they sell various things.
Do you remember the grandma from earlier? She's part of the Yao ethnic minority and lives in a small village near the cave. That was the place she was inviting us to. If we had gone, we would have met all the Centenarians who live there and we could have talked with them, which would have been very interesting. But well, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, so let's continue with our video. Ni hao, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. Have you also been here for a long time?
Yes, I came for high blood pressure treatment.
I also have heart problems.
Have you felt better since you've been here?
Definitely, Guero.
Excellent. Just recently, a friend told me that you can also treat diabetes here.
That's right, I also have diabetes.
Really? Well, yes, it's really interesting because it's like going to the beach but inside a cave. What people do is come here to spend the day and recharge themselves. And at the same time, they have the opportunity to socialize and make friends. In fact, we were already making our own friends. We started talking and they told us their stories. Many of them come because of heart problems, because they have high blood pressure, or even for more serious illnesses, such as cancer and diabetes. But all of them look extremely happy to be here and swear that they have felt the benefits of being in this wonderful place. I would love to have time to interview all of them and get to know their stories more deeply, but unfortunately it would take us whole days to stay here and talk with them. Imagine the enormous faith that people have in this cave, that they are willing to spend entire days and sometimes months inside this cave, waiting to receive some benefit. And it makes me think about what my mother always used to tell me. You don't value your health until you lose it, and the same goes for youth. I'm sure many of these people would give anything to feel the way they did when they were 30, 40, or 50 years old again. And here we are, often taking for granted what God, the universe, or whatever deity you believe in has given us. It makes me appreciate my situation and motivates me to take better care of my body. And also to admire all these people who, despite their old age or illnesses, have decided that it's worth fighting. And to come from any corner of China to try to regain that health. But beyond the benefits of the cave, the magnetism, the quality of the water, over the days, we've realized that the people who come to Bama find a sense of community that they probably don't have in their places of origin. Being here, suddenly they have time to socialize, to make friends, to cook healthy food, or simply to enjoy what we call life. This is where today's video ends. Each day, this country impresses us more, not just with its landscapes, but also its people and rich history. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe or like, and see you in the next video.